On this edition of the Marne Forward, we'll take you on a 10-kilometer foot patrol with soldiers from Able Company, to meet a soldier who earned a Silver Star, and on a tour of Iskandariyah with Major General Rick Lynch. All this and more coming up. Hello, and welcome to this edition of the Marne Forward. I'm Specialist Adam Prickel reporting from Baghdad. Here's this week's Marne News Minute. 3 Iraqis were detained and 2 weapon caches commandeered following an overnight raid in Adwaniyah March 3rd. Members of the Sons of Iraq were reported to have told a local sheikh that one of their members was working to set up an insurgent group. The sheikh passed the information to soldiers of Troop B. Based on that and other intelligence, soldiers conducted a late-night raid of the suspect's house, detaining him and his brother. Inside the house, soldiers discovered improvised explosive device-making materials, cassette tapes, and other propaganda. Outside, soldiers found 100 feet of detonation cord, 5 grenades, and a quarter pound of TNT. The following day, soldiers nabbed a second cache. 5 120mm mortars and a bucket full of washing machine timers were discovered. The soldiers detained a man who claimed to own the cache and admitted to killing local citizens. He was taken in for questioning. And that's your Marne News Minute. You probably have heard a lot in the last few months about the successful air assaults that have occurred in our area of operations. But for the soldiers of Able Company, walking may just be the best way to battle al-Qaida. Army Sergeant Crystal Cook has this story on a recent 10-kilometer Able Company foot patrol.
Soldiers from Able Company, 2nd Battalion, 69th Armor Regiment conducted Operation Varsity this week in the Obeidi region. This operation is part of Task Force Marne's mission to rid the area of al-Qaida. Captain Jim Browning, Able Company's commander, explains.
The purpose of the operation was to really clear out the al-Qaida area that we knew as a stronghold, as we know it, for primarily for Iraqi security forces and coalition forces. It's been a point of contention for the last 4 or 5 months, and this has been an opportunity for Iraqi security forces and coalition forces to work together and clear that area out.
Troops found a weapons cache, a house that was rigged with explosives, and several high-value targets.
We have found there were two different objectives. In both objectives, we found several different things. One objective, we did find some RPGs and also a mortar base plate. We also found a house rigged for a house-borne IED with anti-tank mines ready to blow as someone were walking in. They also found a couple other vehicles that were stolen throughout the area, and 3 or 4 HVIs, high-value targets that we identified earlier.
Coalition and Iraqi security forces are working together to eliminate al-Qaida safe havens. The troops conduct daily patrols, making it safe for the residents to move back to their homes. Reporting from Kalsu, Iraq, I'm Army Sergeant Crystal Cook.
The job of a Civil Affairs unit is to improve the lives of others. I attended a transfer of authority ceremony for a Civil Affairs unit at Camp Slayer and filed this report.
For the 3rd Civil Affairs Battalion, it's time to encase their colors and head home.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the 3rd Civil Affairs Battalion as Captain McMahon and Command Sergeant Major Fletcher begin.
During a transfer of authority ceremony at Camp Slayer on February 28th, the battalion officially handed over the responsibility for the Multinational Division Center Civil Affairs mission to the 401st Civil Affairs Battalion. A mix of 207 service members from the Air Force, Army, and Navy joined forces in February 2007 to form the unique 3rd Civil Affairs Battalion, with the specific mission of supporting Task Force Marne. Commander of the 3rd Civil Affairs Battalion, Navy Captain Donald McMahon, started the mission with a vision.
It's challenge for all of us, men, to look ourselves in the mirror. We see wonderful Americans at a specific time in history committed to making a positive impact in Iraq in support of our country's goals and objectives. Our vision was to be acknowledged as the world's finest Civil Affairs Battalion, second to none, ready to fight hard and win.
Among their many accomplishments, the battalion dispersed more than $150 million in reconstruction projects and $2.3 million in humanitarian aid packages of food and medical aid materials to local communities.
After a break, we'll take you on a tour of Iskandariyah with Major General Rick Lynch. Stay with us.